Welcome back, dear listener. You're safe here. You found your way to a quiet place where the world grows slower and softer. Tonight, we return to the sleepy town of Willowmere, where the clock still ticks and secrets still whisper. Let's continue the story of the Clockmaker's secret. Close your eyes, get comfortable, and let your thoughts drift like autumn leaves in a gentle breeze. The morning sun peeked through the old lace curtains of Leora's attic bedroom. Birdsong filtered in through the window, faint and distant. Everything felt a little off, like time was holding its breath. Downstairs, her grandmother had left early for the bakery. But there, on the kitchen table, was a letter. It was folded with care, sealed with dark red wax, and addressed to her in looping script. To Leora Maythorne, at the right time. She stared at it for a long while. What time was the right time? And who had left it? With shaking fingers, she broke the seal. The parchment smelled like cedarwood and ink. Asterisk, time is more than seconds and chimes. It listens. It waits. It remembers. You must return to the clockmaker's shop before the sun touches the cathedral bell. Asterisk. Asterisk, only then will the next key appear. Beneath the signature was a strange symbol, an hourglass, encircled by stars. Let's get back to the shop. Leora made her way through Willowmere's cobbled streets. Shadows stretched long and thin. Even the breeze felt hushed, like the town was watching. When she arrived at the old clock shop, the bell above the door chimed once. Just once, soft and low. The shop was empty again. No sign of Mr. Thatch, the clockmaker. Only the ticking of dozens of clocks, all in perfect sync. She stepped forward and whispered, "I got your letter." As if on cue, a grandfather clock in the corner groaned open. Inside, where gears should have been, was a staircase, spiraling downward. Each step clicked under her weight like a winding watch. Dim amber lights guided her until she reached a small wooden room, with a single pedestal in the center. Resting on the pedestal, another brass key. Beside it, a note, asterisk, only those who believe may pass through time. Her heart pounded. She reached out, hand trembling, and as soon as she touched the key, the walls of the room flickered, like candlelight in the wind. And then, she wasn't there anymore. In the lost time room, Leora found herself in a meadow. But not just any meadow. The colors were too vivid. The sky shimmered like watercolor. Birds chirped in slow motion. And in the distance stood a massive clock tower, its hands frozen at midnight. Children played nearby, but their laughter echoed strangely like an old song. She walked closer, past trees that whispered her name, and flowers that opened as she passed. There, beneath the shadow of the tower, stood a man in a waistcoat. It was Mr. Thatch, but younger, much younger. "You've stepped into a lost hour," he said gently, "a place where forgotten moments go. Here, time doesn't rule, it listens." He led her to a bench and gestured to the horizon. "Tell me, Lyra, what do you believe time really is?" She thought for a long moment. "A story," she finally said. "One we're still writing." Mr. Thatch smiled. "That's the secret. And every storyteller needs a key." He handed her a small pocket watch. But when she opened it, instead of hands, it showed images. Moments from her life. Her first bike ride. Her mother's lullaby. The day she moved to Willowmere. "These are your chapters," he whispered. "Your time. When you forget who you are, openness." And just like that, the meadow faded. The tower dissolved into stardust. And she was back in the clockmaker's hidden room, holding the brass key in her hand. Leora climbed the spiral staircase, stepped out of the grandfather clock, and felt the world move differently. Time wasn't something chasing her anymore. It was walking with her, and somewhere deep in the shop, A clock she hadn't seen before let out a soft tick. The next mystery was waiting, and the story was far from over. Thank you for joining tonight's journey through the Clockmaker's secret. If your eyes haven't closed already, take a moment to breathe, to rest, and let the ticking of time carry you gently into dreams. Until next time, good night.